Hi, Mike Mosley here with I'm the Gamer. I'm here today with Konito Komori.
Hi,
He is the lead designer of the Pac-Man franchise. So first of all, it's great to see you.
I'm very nice to meet you.
Glad you could join us today.
Yep.
So on the show floor, you guys have a playable demo of Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures.
Yep.
So what I've noticed was it's not a maze anymore. You guys kind of went back to one of the other games, like back with the GameCube, where it's 3D and Pac-Man is moving around freely in a 3D world. Why the switch?
Okay. Before answer to your question, there's a maze in the multiplayer mode. but actually, actually the Pac-Man itself was born in 1980. May 22nd. So now 2013, so it is more than 30 years. So we're thinking about the Pac-Man fan, we call it Pac-Man. There's many type of Pac-Man, but most of them are over 20s, over 30s, over 40s, or maybe over 50s. So when thinking about the new generation, kids, maybe they don't know about the Pac-Man itself. But I believe that still the Pac-Man, the concept is very simple. Eat and chase type of things. Then still very classic, old school. However, the game concept itself is still working. So we are thinking about a new approach to the new generation. 3 years ago, we had the 30th anniversary of the Pac-Man in the Los Angeles. We had the event, Pac-Man conference. Then at the time, we have released the news of making the Pac-Man Ghostly Adventure TV animation together with the producer Mr. Avi Arad, who is a producer of the Amazing Spider-Man. Then, after tons of meeting, we have reached to the conclusion to go with not just for the game but the TV animation also, so that the new generation kids can understand what the Pac-Man is by watching TV animation. After that, they can enjoy that whole new world with the game side. So this is our basic idea toward the new generation with Pac-Man Ghostly Adventures.
So this isn't Pac-Man's first free roam 3D adventure. He's had a couple in the past. You say that this one is for the newer generations, but you also said that it also caters for the old school Pac-Man.
Oh yeah.
This guy right here has been playing Pac-Man for many years.
Okay.
So
which title are you familiar with?
I remember being a little kid and my mom giving me quarters for the arcade machine. So I started in the arcades.
Okay.
Before they moved before the jump to console. Well, before I got it on consoles. So I was always fond with the little joystick, no buttons, just joysticks and then grabbing fruits.
Yeah.
For old Pac-Man fans, you said that there's a maze in the game. Is that going to be a constant build where he runs around in 3D and in some sections there will be mazes, or are mazes like hidden paths that you can find and play later on?
Yeah, actually, this is mainly for the new generation. So I think there are many games in the field right now. So I think it is better for us to make that opportunity for depend on that Pac fans. If it goes to the new generation, I think the Pac-Man goes to the adventure the best. But if they are the retro gamers or maybe current gamers, I think there's another option. Such as when they are retro gamers, we have Pac-Man Museum available on this winter. But that's Pac-Man Museum is the latest version of the Namco Museum. That is a classic assault type of game. So the Pac-Man Museum covers the original Pac-Man from 80s to 90s and 2000. The latest version of the Pac-Man is within the Pac-Man museum, there's 2,000 type of Pac-Man. This is the first time to porting from the arcade side to the console is the Pac-Man Battle Royale. That is a multiplayer type of Pac-Man, up to 4 players. So this is the arcade side. So have you ever tried the Pac-Man Battle Royale? No? Yeah? Okay. You can go to the 42nd Street, 7th and 8th Avenue. There's a place called Dave and Buster's. They have, do you know Dave and Buster's? It's an arcade and bars and restaurants. Then there's an arcade game called Pac-Man Battle Royale, a 4-player multiplayer type of the Pac-Man. You know, you play your Pac-Man, I play my Pac-Man, then your friend play their Pac-Man. Then when you eat the Pac-Man, your Pac-Man going to be big, then you can eat your friends. So last Pac-Man standing in the winner of the round. So this is first time to port from arcade side to the console side. This is covered in the Pac-Man museum. So also, if you love to play the most recent modern type of Pac-Man, we have the Pac-Man Championship Edition Deluxe Plus.
Okay, I want to ask you about that. You guys released DX on Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network, and
PC.
And the PC. And it was this brightly colored neon, extra shiny Pac-Man, which, despite the new look, it kept the old gameplay and the old feel of Pac-Man. What exactly does Plus add into DX?
Okay, let me explain the what CEDX is. Then I will explain what the difference between the CEDX and CEDX Plus. Okay, so first of all, the CEDX is the game. That takes the classic, well-known chase and eat type of gameplay and updated it to the current gamers. So one of the big features is to allow players to lure that train or the ghost, so that there are many ghosts following the Pac-Man. That's why the player can eat that, can feel the excitement of the eating that many ghosts in a rapid succession. This is CDX. Then we added new maps. Then we added new skins. Then also the CDX Plus is Then CDX Plus is we add new maps and new skins. Also on the CDX Plus, player can easily share their highest score, or they can see how they grew in between the gamers or friends. So they can compete each other easily.
Okay. So for players who have DX, the original one, going to Plus, will their high scores and other achievements that they got in DX transfer over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then, if you already, if the people already have the CEDX, the upgrade is free. Then based on that, if they love, they can purchase the additional DLC, paid DLC, such as personally I love the skins. The new skin part that featuring the Namco Classics games, such as you may know that Dig Dug or Rally X. Then if you chose the Dig Dug, the whole look became the Dig Dug. I mean, whole character, visual graphics, and BGM are replaced in the Dig Dug. So the look itself is look like Dig Dug, but play like Pac-Man. It's pretty fun.
So with these new additions, like the skins and the new levels, in the original Pac-Man, one of my fondest memories was the little cutscenes in the game where you start with Pac-Man being chased by a ghost and chasing ghosts, and then meeting Mrs. Pac-Man. Will we see a return of form, so to say, where Pac-Man will come in and Pac-Man Jr. and like any of the other characters that we see here, will we see any of that as a DLC towards Plus?
Mm-hmm. So at this moment, we added the new maps focused on the excitement feeling of the CDX. So that means that for example, the Big Eater, that new maps allows player to easily to make the longer chain of the ghosts so that they can eat more ghosts easily. Then the classic element is Digdag and Digdag skin and the Raric skin. That's all. So at this moment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So heading back towards Ghost Adventures.
Yep.
There are 3 characters that we see here.
Who is this?
We see Pac-Man and friends.
Pac and then City, especially Cylindric, then Spiral. Then these 4 ghosts from the classics, they updated the graphic, but they are Inky, Pinky, Blinky, and Cry. Yep.
Okay, so
Japanese name is good. Okay.
So we see 3 characters. So does that mean that Ghost Adventures won't be a 4-player online co-op game? Will it just be you controlling Pac-Man?
Yes, because this is for the generation again, so we think this is good for the new generation to go to the single player by controlling the pack. Then the main objective of the game to explore the whole new world of the Pac-Man in the Ghost Adventures, what they look in the TV animation.
Okay.
Yep.
So, new big baddie.
Yeah, that is Victoria's, the boss of the ghosts. So in the Pac-Man and the Ghost Adventures, they are living in a Pac world, the world named Pac world. Then the boss of the ghosts, Victoria's, are attacking the Pac world. So somebody needs to protect the piece of the wall. He is the Pac-Man, the last guy. So only him, he can eat a ghost so that he can attack the ghosts. Then they are helping to fight against the ghost group.
Yeah. So between the animated show and Ghost Adventures, how closely, story-wise, how closely tied are they?
Okay, good point. Because the TV animation are focused on the episode, the story, then we are sharing the world view and character, and also this is a technical thing, but we are sharing the CG data also. This is high quality type of the 3D CG animation, but we are sharing the material also. So what they look about the TV animation is what they can play in the game. But because the Pac-Man Ghost Adventure game itself is not an RPG type of game, just a 3D action adventure, right? So that story was a little bit small portion of the whole gameplay, but they can see, feel, the atmosphere of the world and the world view itself.
As a lead developer, I'm sure it's your job to ensure that the mazes are right and they're not broken, to say, to where players probably can't get through certain areas or certain power-ups didn't work. While developing Ghost Adventures, did you guys share the same view with the animators of the show? Or did you guys work separately, and as time went along, like everything was just passed down to you?
I'm sorry. I just want to make sure your intention on that question.
Between the show and the game,
okay.
With you being the lead developer,
we are the game developer, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And you have to you overlook all of it, and you say that they slightly share certain actions with the games. Now, is everything passed from you to the show, or is the parts of the show passed on to you so you guys can make like different levels that's within the show, or vice versa?
Actually, we are sharing the whole world view and material together with the TV animation. So that this is not separated one.
Okay.
Actually, from the beginning, we had tons of meetings together with Aviara to how to do with the Pac-Man and Ghost Adventure. Then they did the animation part, so we did the game part. So the connectivity is tight.
Okay. So since the game is single player, what part in the game does Pac-Man friends actually play? Because in the show you said they help them out. What part do they play in the game?
Okay, so the best part of the game itself is to eating action. Because Pac-Man is the guy who are eating everything, right?
Yes.
So in the back to the 80s, he is eating that small dot and pepper, but than the fruits or everything. But in TV show and the game, updated Pac-Man the Ghost Adventures, eat hamburgers and cakes and pies and everything. So then also the eating action of the ghost is fabulous. It's very nice. So if there's a ghost here, let's say there's 4 ghosts near cross position, so that the pack can eat the first ghost, then before reaching the ground, he can eat the next one, in a quick motion. So so that the player can feel the great feeling of eating in a bowl. This is one of the most cool part of the game in the single player. But again, this is mainly focused on the single player. However, it covers also multiplayer mode. That is, you control your ghost. I control my ghost. Inky, Blinky, and Cry things. Then, in the multiplayer mode, player need to find out where the pack is in the divided screen. So this is a group fun type of thing.
So, Pac-Man Ghost Adventures, is it coming to the Wii U?
Yes.
Okay, so you said that the players can take control of the ghost and try to find Pac-Man. Now, is the gameplay set up to where Pac-Man is on the Wii U tablet and everyone's sharing the screen, or maybe one of the players is using the tablet and Pac-Man is on the screen?
Actually, the main objective of covering the multi-platform is to we would like to provide the opportunity to play this Pac-Man the Ghost Adventure as many as possible. So at this moment, I can say any specific platform specific specification. There's no topic about that. Yeah.
All right, no problem. All right, so would you say that Ghostly Adventure, since it's catering to two different fan base, the hopefully newer fan base and the older ones, how difficult was it to try to balance out to where it still felt like Pac-Man, but new enough to attract newer gamers?
So actually, we are thinking not just 2 but 3 maybe. The retro fan and current gamers, then new generation. So this is the new generation, new Pac-Man. So maybe 10 years after, the kids going grow up, then their Pac-Man maybe this one. But still the classics, the original Pac-Man is the game design itself is pretty simple, but intuitively understandable. So that's why I believe that's lasts long, more than 40 years, 50 years. Pac-Man.
Pac-Man's been around for a long time. He's hands down, not even arguably, hands down, he's an icon in video games. Yet, technically, he stays the same. He never really changed. Sonic his look has changed a little bit. Even Mario's style has kind of changed. Why do you think Pac-Man has never changed? Like, he kept the same look throughout all generations and continues to work for him.
Completely different, this one. From the original one is just a circle, like a pizza. But it's a kind of joke. But the original classic Pac-Man is it's something like a symbolic type of the game. So it's still work. That's kind of universal things. So, but in the late 80s and early in 90s, we have the this kind of cartoonic type of the character. So this type we are always updating. So this is the latest version, but you may know the last version in the Pac-Land or other Pac-World. It's slightly different. Pac-Man Party. Yeah.
So voicing Pac-Man. I know a lot of players would rather Pac-Man just keep the whole waka waka sound to him and not speak. Are you usually afraid that Pac-Man gets a voice or has a voice?
Oh. Actually, when we made these type of the Pac-Man, I mean, the arm and foot, they are, speaking. They were already speaking. So, but the key sound, the symbolic sound of the Pac-Man is waka waka sound. That's why we are applying this that waka waka sound in that game, in the TV show also. So it is very interesting when people listening the waka waka sound. Instantly they remember, oh, this is Pac-Man, right? Actually, in the past, I made a ringtone of the Pac-Man with waka waka sound, and it was very, very popular. It was released in the Verizon wireless and Spring PCs and people in the States. The most of the popular one was waka waka sound.
Okay, so last question before I let you go. Seeing how you've been around Pac-Man for a very long time, what was your favorite Pac-Man game to work on?
Okay, I love most of the Pac-Man, but yeah, I can say the multiplayer type of the Pac-Man Battle Royale. This is pretty keeping the basic concept of classic Pac-Man. I mean, maze here, then dot here, then power here. Then, but when it comes, we put the full Pac-Man in this maze. So what happened? It's group fun. So I love the multiplayer type of Pac-Man battle. My favorite.
Alright, well, I myself will always be fond of the original arcade version because there was just something about it that was simple but yet challenging and fun. So I want to always be arcade editions.
Actually, one thing I can add is the arcade side. You need to put in the token a quota per play. That's why you need to be serious to play one one play. So that is the excitement of the arcade side. But I love also.
So when can we expect to see and play Pac-Man Ghostly Adventures?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
When can players expect to get their hands
on it? Oh yeah,
on it?
sure. That's going to be available on the end of the October 29, on the Wii U, Xbox 360, and PS3, and PC. Then 3DS is going to be available on November 5th.
Okay. Oh man, I did not hear Vita in there.
Yep.
There's no Vita.
No Vita.
Oh man.
At this moment, precisely say At this moment, I have no information regarding the other protocols.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And hope you had a good time.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody. See you next time. We have more exclusive interviews and previews right from Comic-Con.